I forget how to play this game. Alright, those are the different, like, nozzles and stuff.
It's not about the nozzles.
Stop.
It's sending a message.
I thought you were gonna say it's about how you use them.
Stinky boy needs a bath. Wait, is there? You're sending me backward. This calls for heavy duty pressure.
Here, wait, can I use? Oh yeah.
In my face. In my. In my face! There's some people in this world who suck a lot. They don't make movies like Chicken Run. No, like every touchy subject.
Let's touch on all of them.
Your life depend on like I can offend liberals and Instagram. I'm gonna do this more. Money's the only thing that matters in this world. What do you think about the death penalty?
Oh Jesus Christ.
We're gonna lose people. Just like straight up, whether it's like death or just like not talking anymore. Like we're like no one's gonna be here forever.
Jesus Christ. Hi
that
everyone.
Sucks.
Welcome to the Dough Bros. Okay, Callum, before we start, why have you brought me here today?
Okay, so I called you, I texted you earlier and I asked you, have you seen Chicken Run? And you said yes. And you're gonna think this is a bit at first, and I would think it's a bit too, but I'm like dead serious. I saw 2000's Chicken Run, directed by Nick Park and Peter Lord last night. It's a fantastic film, and I forgot how much the soundtrack's wonderful. But after watching it as an adult now, I think it is a Holocaust movie. Dead serious. This isn't a bit. Second of all, I need to change my sensitivity. That is why. It's that. I know it sounds weird, but okay. So you said when was the last time you said it when you were 10?
Yeah, so approximately 8 years ago.
Oh God. So tell me what you remember from the film. Tell me what you remember.
If I'm not mistaken, it's about them doing Thanksgiving and the chickens.
No, what? What?
Isn't it that movie?
They're chickens!
Am I thinking of, some other movie, then?
It better not be the one where they go back in time to get turkey off the menu. There's a Thanksgiving movie where they go back in time. Yeah, keep
Chicken
going.
Run. I know I've seen it.
It's the one where they're all, like, locked in the coop, and then they keep, like, they're getting killed, and then eventually they make this big ol' chamber contraption to kill them all, and they try to escape and live a free life.
Oh my God, it is a Holocaust movie. But explain your theory.
I know, you thought I was joking, didn't you? I'm not joking. Chicken Run's a Holocaust movie, and I'm gonna stand by. They're making a second one, too. What happens is, there's all these chickens living, like, a really sad life, trapped inside this dull, mud-ridden, fenced-off enclosure, and like, I think it's at the start of the movie. What happens is that the chicken that meets its quota the least is the one that gets killed. Right. And it's like, it's just like, that's the only one that, like, actually, like, you see happens, get killed, but it sends a message. And it's like, damn, okay, that's how, like, things work around here. And then from there on out, it's like, we just, like, things suck, and we gotta keep working. And then Mrs. Tweedy, the main antagonist, if you will, orders this new machine that basically just automates these chickens just getting killed, and it's going to turn them into pies. And it's like, you don't think about it. It's so strange. And eventually, like halfway through the movie, I'd say, so is that the protagonist chicken Ginger, gets like, it's like basically test run for this chamber, where supposedly they literally get cooked, where they get in this gas oven that sparks something in me. Does it spark something in you?
A little suspicious.
By the way, there is literally a chicken in this movie whose personality is World War II vet. There's the flying chicken, like the rooster. It says he can fly, but he can't really. But boy does he gives them hope. And there's a big theme about hope in this movie, and it's about, well, should I lie to keep morale up, or should I tell the truth? And then everyone's like, God-suckingly sad. But oh, that's actually a really fun game. I like one of the things. But this is a Holocaust movie. Like, my favorite part of the movie is it's kind of the climax-ish. It's when so as most Holocaust movies go, they stall the gas chamber by overfilling it with gravy. And now this rooster guy can teach us how to fly, but he can't actually fly, so he
Right.
runs away, and it's like really sad. It's like, damn, what are we even supposed to do now? And the birds, all the chickens, are like, they're making their own plane, and like it sounds like really silly, but it's like really inspiring actually. That they make their own plane, and they try to escape, and there's like this absolutely just jaw-droppingly terrifying sequence where the pie maker machine comes on briefly, and like my heart just sank because like, oh my god, they're
So,
gone, they're
question.
dead. Yeah.
Why were
yeah.
you watching Chicken Run?
My family was watching it last night. They're like, hey, we're watching Chicken Run if you want to come and see it. I'm like, oh, okay.
And you weren't expecting a harrowing Holocaust story.
No, I wasn't. Like, it gives you fear. Like, it gives you chills, Beck. Okay? Because like it turns on for a moment, and like everyone's just like you can see like in their claymation eyes that like they just feel defeat, and it's just like, oh my god, this is like how it must have felt back like in the. And this sounds really weird comparing like a chicken movie to the Holocaust and all that, but like I'm not gonna spoil the plot for anyone because like in case anyone wants to like check it out later or anything, but like
This is not sponsored.
this is not sponsored by DreamWorks. DreamWorks is like a fantastic studio. Like screw Disney these days.
Honestly,
DreamWorks is where it's at.
kind of goated. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's underappreciated considering. Obviously, this is not just like, oh yeah, it's like a Holocaust movie. But I think it's meant to be a Holocaust movie for kids who are going to be learning about it one day and preparing them for like this is like a real thing that can and has happened.
And also
kind of thing.
discouraging them from eating KFC.
I was gonna say discouraging them from fascism, but you know that works too.
Same thing.
Because I wasn't watching for the first little part, but I remember that because it's just like nailed into my head about how Mrs. Tweedy just enters the pen and goes by with her like clipboard and like seeing which worker has not met their quota, and when she finds which one it is, she takes them to this back room outside of the chicken coop. And it's just like this log with an axe on it, and it's like, you know what it means. Like,
I
you don't
remember
need
that! I used to get
like,
nightmares from that! I was like,
know!
yo!
Even just from the symbol and seeing that, they might know what it means from that, but like when they see all the other chickens' faces, knowing that their friend is going to get killed, like they know what it means. And it's just so I'm not vegan, by the way. Like I eat chicken all the time. I love it. But like Jesus Christ, it's a Holocaust movie. I swear. I'm gonna swear by that. Fight me in the comments. Fight me in the comments. Do you have any points to bring up about this that you remember? Like, because I'm monologue.
I think when you're younger and you watch a movie like Chicken Run, you get traumatized in the same way as when you watch The Boy in the Striped Pajamas now.
No, I was literally gonna bring up that movie because it's like this is like a Boy in Pajamas PG. Like this is gonna sound like really stupid as well, but this is like how you like stop children from like becoming like fascists and things like that. Like it's by like films like this are important. I'm not gonna, but like our drama teacher, like he brought up a point about how you can't just like suppress ideas that you don't agree with. And what that means is that like if you just suppress it and don't let it like see the light of day ever, then people don't see what's wrong with it. People do not see the problem. So like with things. Not to get like overly like, wow,
we already are,
Callum, serious, but like with things like things like Andrew Tate and stuff, people are like he should be like just like kill him, he should be dead,
lock him away,
and like he should be banned on every platform and all that. And like while like yeah, the things he says are like really bad and sexist and horrible, if we're not reminded that like ideas like this can create legitimate consequences, and we just decide to suppress them and suppress people like that, then it's gonna grow without being seen. And if it grows without being seen, then it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Things like Disney. The shame with Disney now is I think they're too soft with their movies.
They are. Oh my god.
They're too soft, because I feel as though, like, when I was younger, sure, it was, like, sad to watch Mufasa get absolutely murked by a bunch of bison or whatever.
Don't diss the Lion King.
But it was like, oh no, I would never diss the Lion King. It's a great movie. Good. But it's like, but kids kind of need to see stuff like that, obviously softer.
Yes!
But when they're younger, they need to get used to the fact that, like, it's not all singing and dancing and rainbows and stuff. It's great to have kids, like, watch things that are positive when they're younger, but it's like, I feel like Disney movies now are a lot more weak in the social aspects, because now I can watch, like, Toy Story and be like, holy shit, this is a political movie, like, sometimes.
Like, it's important to have movies that deal with serious topics while not being serious as a whole. So there's
yeah, because like The Lion King's like a sweet little musical, but it's still like harrowing to watch. That's why it's nerdy and shit. But I'm like, when I have kids, or if I have kids, I want them to watch Star Wars.
You didn't want kids. You're gonna have kids.
I like kids. I hate to admit it.
I do not.
Cute sometimes.
I don't. Oh my god.
It really depends on the child. If it's raised by me, I'll like it more. But like,
that's what I think. But I'm not gonna like risk scarring a child's like development just because I think I might like them more.
Being your friend. I don't know what a child would do. It's nerdy, but I would love them to watch Star Wars because it's not made for kids, but it's at least censored enough to where it's got, like, so much political issues and, like, treatment of other people and violence, but it's not to the extreme of, like, scarring your child. It's just, like, happy space adventure, but also, if you watch the prequels, it's like, this is, like, a political statement.
I think a really important part of that would be watching the Clone Wars, then, because Clone Wars touches on, like, people are like, oh, Clone Wars is a kid show, and it, like, literally has, like, slavery. It has. They don't make stuff like that anymore. They don't make movies like Chicken Run. They don't make movies like Lion King. They don't make shows like Clone Wars, and they're not going to, because that's just how the world works nowadays.
It's geeky that I always talk and gush about Star Wars, but it's like it also teaches the importance of like shut the fuck up, Callum. I'll kill you.
This is why media is important for child development. But still, like, not, I don't mean that, like, every kid should be an iPad kid. No, God, no. I hate what's happening with that, though. People who raise iPad kids are not actual parents, and I'm tired of pretending they're not. Like, at, like, restaurants and at dinner tables, you'll just see, like, oh, they'll get whiny with their iPad.
That makes me so mad!
And I'm like, okay, then do something about it. Don't rely on, like, your lack of parenting.
Okay, here's the great argument with that. People often say, man, like, I hate when kids are looking at their phones. It's like, that's not really the kid's fault, because there's so much interesting things on the internet now that it's like, it's kind of the parent's fault. If you don't want your kid constantly watching their phone when they're in public, or instead of hanging out with their friends, they're playing games, which honestly is better sometimes, but it's like, then take it away. Don't be lazy. Stop blaming the internet and just take it away from them.
Beck, if you take it away, then they're gonna get moody at you. So you can't do that.
They might cry for a little bit. They might cry. They need to learn how to cry.
Unrelated
to learn
point.
That it's okay to be mad.
My cat is an iPad kid.
Your cat is an iPad kid?
Mary, like, so, for context, I live on an acreage, so I have kind of like an outside cat that like hunts mice and stuff like that. And he likes being inside though. And my dad has an iPad, and sometimes what he will do during like during dinner and such, he's not bugging us by any means. He's not doing he's just doing it for fun. Is that he'll just pull up mice video on his iPad. And I think
funny.
In one time he just watched it for like 3 hours straight.
God, your cat's an iPad kid. That's fantastic.
My cat is an iPad kid.
Fantastic.
And this is okay because he's a cat.
He doesn't have responsibilities or has to be socially decent.
Yeah, exactly. He's a cat and he's a job. This could be a very interesting video, I'm not gonna lie.
I was literally about to say, I cannot believe we haven't uploaded in almost 3 weeks, and the first video I'm going to probably upload is going to be a very political and serious talk about Chicken Run and the Holocaust. Hi, welcome to the new era of the Dobros in 2023, where we just talk about social issues and rant while we're playing PowerWash Simulator.
Exactly.
But, hey, we're just proving that we're not total idiots, and we actually have a grasp on life, kind of, sometimes.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this.
We're not horrifically offensive all the time, just only when it's funny.
You want to talk about that as well, about, like when is something, offensive, and when is it, funny, and when is it okay? It is, probably, one of the least black and white topics there are, and it can vary so
than when it
much.
Used to be, too.
Yeah. I will say, people are too sensitive nowadays.
Oh, yeah!
Obviously not everyone. Some people take that, people are too sensitive nowadays, I'm gonna, say every slur ever, 10 times over, and then 10 times faster.
I should be allowed, because everyone's just so sensitive.
Where do you think What do you have to say about, like, what's your piece? Where's the line drawn?
Honestly, I say some real messed up stuff as jokes sometimes, and sure, it's like, you shouldn't technically joke about something like the Holocaust. The difference is when you're joking about something like the Holocaust, I'm not making fun of the fact millions of people were killed. It's just like, sometimes I think people need to find light in stuff that's even the most awful things that's arguably have happened in history. I think, like, jokes are another way to remember stuff. That's why I joke about stuff maybe that's like happened to me, or things in my life that people are like, why are you joking about that? Because it's a way to remember it, and then if you don't joke about it, comedy's one of the main things that keep things alive in the world now, so if you don't joke about anything, then people are gonna start forgetting about it. It's the same with, like, making movies and stuff. It has to be exposed, otherwise people are just gonna think it's okay.
I saw this thing earlier today. I think it was like, you know, me making this joke about a mental illness I have, and in the comments is like, you shouldn't make jokes about that mental illness, even though, like, you're the one who has it and is experiencing it. And, like, they're just like, they're coming from a good place, yes. They're trying to, like, say that, like, making fun of people with mental illness is bad, and it is a bad thing to, say, like, hey, like, look at a frog.
That's so epic. Look at this guy. What was I saying? The difference is, if you've got something and you're joking about it, sure, go ahead, but the difference is if it's in a tasteless environment, and it's also affecting other people, the best interest for you to make a joke about it, to cope with it. But not everybody can cope with being funny, so it's like, in that sense, maybe don't. But it's like, hey, we're on YouTube. If you're sensitive to any of these topics you're watching, just click off the video. It's so easy. Don't expose yourself to things that you're gonna get offended to. And people often seek it out now to be like, oh, I want to hate on this person.
Yeah.
It's like, just ignore it then.
Something I realized, like really early on in life, every joke possible, there is some way to be offended by it, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, like, actually, I remember this, like, just like, you know those memories that you have from your childhood that, like, literally have no reason to remember really well, but, like, you just remember really well?
Yep.
So, I was with my mom, and I was, like, I had to be, like, 2 or 3 or something, really, really young. And we were just, like, telling jokes back and forth to each other, just, like, making shit up for fun. And I just, like, I couldn't think of anything funny, so I was, like, bear eats honey, bear die. And I was, like, it was, like, this, like, little, like, I was just, like, a tiny kid, I didn't know how to be funny, and I just said that. But I was, like, but she was, like, that's not funny. And I'm, like, but it's funny, right? And, like, think about it now, like, people who, like, you know, if you're, like, a conservationist for, like, a bear sanctuary, then, like, yeah, you might, like, take, like, a little bit of offense to that.
People are saying that, like, oh, our generation are like pansies. Pansies.
Pandy.
Oh,
pansy.
Shut up, die.
Panda, what?
But the difference is with, like, for example, boomers saying that we're more sensitive now. I think it's just because people are more vocal about their opinions on everything, which means that if something offends us, we're more vocal about being offended equally as vocal about things that we support. This channel is in support of the gays, so it's a plot twist, we're not. I'm just kidding. But
see, that was a joke that I found funny.
We're in support of the alphabet mafia, okay? We could get equal hate being in support of something, just as much as saying that we don't like something or that we're offended by something. People have to have something to disapprove of and have to have their clicks.
I saw there was a post I saw somewhere, and it was like, there's, like, you know, the big old thing of, like, freedom of speech, say whatever you want. Like, yeah, great, good job. But there's also, like, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say this, you can't say that. And it's, like, really, really precise in that sense, because, like, you know, in the modern age, where, like, it's a bunch of, you know, you need to be, like, freedom of speech, say whatever you need to say, which is, like, a very liberal thing. It's like, yeah, go ahead and whatever you say, but there's also, you can't say these words because they're really offensive, which is also a really liberal thing. It's nitty-gritty.
How did this golf course get so fucked up? What happened here?
I think that's mold. I think, like, the yellow stuff is mold. Let me just look at that.
Yeah, but,
I
like,
don't know, maybe.
God must have taken a major dump on this.
Let's go back to, like, using art to, like, talk about, like, really heavy things. I want to talk about one of my favorite movies, is Lord of the Rings. And that something I learned about Tolkien while he was writing it, is that it was very, very purposeful that in the second movie, the Ents destroyed Isengard. Tolkien created this villain, Saruman, who created this very like industrial, not caring about the environment, like burned down everything for personal gain. What happens is that Merry and Pippin convinced the Ents to destroy Isengard, and it was very purposeful that happened because it was nature reclaiming what had been lost, and I think that's beautiful. Like that's one of my favorite pieces of symbolism.
For context,
and any media.
Tree guys.
Yeah, they're like living trees.
Trees.
Don't call them trees though; they get very mad.
Right. Yes. I'm sorry. That's grouping them. And I don't wanna do that.
Like, have you seen the new Disney movie Strange Planet?
I have not.
It's horrible. It's bad. It's straight up. I watched it and I was like, this is garbage. It's really sad because it's also I believe it's the first Disney movie where one of the main characters is openly gay, and it's really sad because I wish that the first one was like, you know, like it was in like a movie. It was in a good movie. But the thing is, and like I'm not gay, so like I can't really like say a lot about this. But there's a difference between a gay character and a character that's gay. There's one thing to like this is a character, and he's like, this is a gay character, he's gay, and then not do anything with that, and just like literally have a gay character just for the sake of saying there's a gay character in our movie. Now the LGBT community will love us. Chef kiss. Yeah, we did our part. And the thing about this movie is that they really drive hard home that this kid is gay. Like so much, like it's basically the most thing about him, and like, yeah, that's good, but there's like a character needs to be like a character for the reason they are a character. In Into the Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales could not have been a white person. Like he needed to be the race that he was. Like just like hands down, it could like just the way like the inner family culture, the way he experiences the world, like all of it, the way he is, family dynamics, everything. It had to be. But what happens nowadays is like, oh, we need to have inclusiveness in this movie, so let's just cast this character as gay, because you've just written a character who could have been played by anyone. But when people say we want like black characters in movies and such, and they're like, okay, write a character and then cast them as black. That's what they're doing. They're not saying let's write a character that's meant for, you know, to be played by someone who's black.
I grew up with lots of people that looked like me in Disney movies and stuff, so it is different to have like this one movie that you can relate to, and then they're like a frog for most of it. It's like, oh, this is a very interesting Dobros video. This is going to be
such a stark contrast.
I feel as though lots of people have internet personalities, and to be honest, we all come across as stupid douchebags when we're making videos.
Oh my god, I was so worried about that. Life's not easy, and this is one of the ways how.
This is a really different video to how we normally act.
We should have more scientists as politicians. I'm a geology major, and one of the classes I'm studying right now is a lot to do with the Earth. People don't realize like how much like it's not just like we need to save the environment because like, oh, we feel bad, guilty about the environment, but in all the ways that like we are going to lose things if we do not do it. And it's not just like save the bees because they pollinate our food, and that is like a big thing too. You ever seen Finding Nemo? And like remember that like that opening with like not the Barracuda opening where the mom dies, but like the opening like with the school and the turtle and all those vibrant corals.
Yeah.
Like in like your kids, like, because I'm guessing like people are watching that, like I think our demographic is like around the 20s. Like, your kids and grandkids, they're never, like, they won't be able to see things like that in real life, ever, if things are going the way that they're going.
Goddamn.
I mean, that's me. I'm a big old environmentalist, by the way. I don't know if you can tell.
No.
Oh my god, that was a good clean. Okay,
I saw those notifications come up.
But it was like this entire floor. Oh my god, okay. You know, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, look what I'm doing over here, dude.
What are you doing over there? Let me turn this off. Turn that up. It's a fucking dragon? How do I...
Lord of the Rings.
Does it reach you over there?
On my screen, it's barely even coming close. It's literally just like a tiny little wand you're waving
Wait,
around.
do it to me, do it to me, do it to me.
Which one do you have out?
The most intense. Like, just keep cycling through. Oh my god, that does nothing.
Oh, this one? Look.
It's like a lightsaber.
Wow, wow, wow. Anyways.
it's a hell of a lot easy to like for a kid to learn the error of their ways than an adult. Adults are usually the ones that are unwilling to change.
Have you or do you have any knowledge of the Telltale Walking Dead games at all?
Like very little.
Very little,
I know
but
about it.
I'm not gonna say spoilers, obviously, but just the reason I love those games so much is because it perfectly covers that, because Clementine, like the little girl in those games, she becomes more mature and responsible and making the good calls for the collective than all the adults do, because she grew up in that environment and realized that it's not all about her. And I just love those games so much because it made the child almost more of an adult than all of the adults in the game.
Have you seen the 3rd episode of The Last of Us yet?
Nope.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything about that. It has.
I mean, I've seen the game though.
This storyline isn't in the game.
Right. Yes, you said that.
But it's so the 3rd episode. I'm not gonna do anything spoiling for you. It is probably one of my most favorite pieces of episodes of anything I've ever seen in my life. But I think right now it's actually rated as the worst. Max is inviting me to a party. She just texted me, "You sir have one generous girlfriend," and that's gonna make me really bad. Oh no.
Oh no.
They were rating it. There's a lot of 1-star reviews about how it's just a complete tangent from the main story and all that such, and oh, skip this episode. It's a waste of your time. But in all reality, good media is good media. So it's really sad because the episode's getting bad reviews for 2 reasons. One, it's because some people don't know what the word adaptation means.
Got it.
2, people are homophobic, and it just sucks that things like that can get in the way of a success of something, even though if it wasn't gay, let's say it wasn't gay at all, and it was a heterosexual romance, everyone's favorite. Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, this is so sweet," and a nice little add-on.
It wouldn't get as but honestly, I sobbed at it. I never sob at I'll cry at movies silently, but I sobbed. No, I watched with my parents. I didn't sob with my parents, but I watched clips of it after, and I sobbed.
I think we should watch Chicken Run if we do a sleepover video. I think we should watch Chicken Run.
I think that would be a fantastic idea, actually. We're being so much more than political. We're doing hey, every touchy subject. Yeah.
Let's touch on all of them at once.
Literally,
hey, just so for people who don't agree with us because we're small still, they'll watch this and go, "Okay, I'm gonna steer clear in the future," and then they can
People
go
who don't agree with us have already clicked off by now.
My biggest fear with our videos and the things that we say sometimes, and I said this earlier, but I'm gonna go back to it, is I'm worried people think we're A, not joking with some of the things we say, and B, we have not made a single video about who any of us are as people. So it's just kind of like a bunch of random idiots that play things.
Beck, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
I hate minorities.
Now, for those of you who are batshit stupid, that was a joke. Or else we're gonna hate you so much, and we're gonna cancel you.
Stupid. That was a joke. I've never heard that term used before.
Batshit stupid? You use that on you more often then.
Batshit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so many different kinds of shits. There's batshit, there's horse shit, there's dog shit, there's bullshit, there's ape shit. Oh, see, no one would have thought I'd get this angle on this. Oh my god. Ooh. I'm talking about the PowerWashing, not the. Yeah.
You know what the toughest thing about the question, who are you as a person? That the toughest part about that is what do you even say? It's I care about people's feelings.
Your name. It's not just, my name is Callum. I'm a geology major. I have my scuba diving license. I'm a terrorist?
A Taurus. A terrorist.
Oh, a Taurus.
Yeah,
I thought you said a terrorist, and then I thought it was a tourist. But now it's
all of the above, Callum. You should know this.
See, that was a joke, everyone. Those of you who are dog shit stupid?
The monkey shit? I don't know. Any kind. I think there's a situation in which we can sit down and be like, hi everyone on the internet, this is who we are and how we act, because they've never met us and they probably never will.
That is true, unless we leak our addresses right now.
Oh, right, okay, so I live... We're gonna keep going until this is entirely clean, by the way, I just want you to know that.
Until this, like, the golf course is clean?
Yeah.
You should have a very misleading title for this. It's like, completing, like, speed running the golf course and power washer. Volume necessary.
Super satisfying ASMR. Gone wrong. Gone sexual.
Jesus Christ. Now, there's some people in this world who suck a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
What do you think about the death penalty?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's such a,
Man, we are really looking to get cancelled now, aren't we?
No matter where that may take us, I want to explore.
No matter how much needs to be censored or edited out, we will go there. This is actually a perfect video for us to record right now because my editing stuff has been a weenie, so I can't do any of my, much of my animations or my subtitles, but this one is not goofy funny, so I don't really need to.
don't put funny animations over the death penalty, please.
Oh, I absolutely should.
Anything you want to bring up? Anything touchy that you'd like to say your piece on?
Well, me and your mother have been pretty touchy, but...
Back!
Sometimes people use creating art as an excuse to be a twat.
Oh!
I think sometimes certain people use the outlet of art to be abusive.
I understand, so we did a play called Never Swim Alone, Beck and I.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
You can probably find the PDF somewhere online. Like, if you were to do that play wrong, like, it would just be, like, such a morally horrible act to commit. But there was something that our teacher said to us. Well, I don't know if you remember this, but he said, you should not offend people with theater. You should offend people with theater purposefully. And what that means is don't go on stage and just shout slurs because it's art, because it's not. This is gonna sound weird, but the wrong group of people is getting hurt. If they see the play like, wow, that was a good play, and then they realize, oh, that play was about me, they're more likely to actually
to the right people.
Yeah, it's hurting the right people, and it sounds like a really horrible thing to say, like, oh, hurt the right people, but like it's offending the right people in that they realize, oh, that was about them, that's the actual effects I have. Because writing a mean Instagram reply on a comment of like, hey, they mean to say, like, as much as like you think you're being like some great hero, by tomorrow they're going to forget about it, and who really cares?
And they're probably not going to learn anything from it either. They're just like, oh, that was a stupid idiot on my comment section. Make them leave me alone.
I can offend liberals on Instagram. I'm going to do this more often.
We saw a show that was horrifically offensive, but for no reason. There was lots of very touchy jokes in it, but they weren't tasteful or hilarious. It was just kind of there, just to be there, and that was an example of, like, high schoolers that just wanted to say bad words on stage, so they just picked a script of which they could do that. Ooh, we get to say the F word and make racial profiling jokes. Let's do that. And then
and the thing about that is that what that play was about, it wasn't even about what it was being offensive about. Beck, I just got this entire cable cleaned. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
I just gave... Oh, my God. That was sexy, actually.
It's at 69%.
Oh, my God.
Now, that may offend someone. But
because you're a virgin. What is forgiveness, and does it actually exist?
Jesus Christ.
I think murder is a very niche thing. It happens for a lot of different reasons.
It's very niche, you know. I'm a hipster. I bet you haven't killed someone.
Huh. Yeah. Something will always affect you permanently, even if you don't see it. Like, whatever, like this, like, the toy you got when you were 2 years old, you probably don't understand how or why, and no one ever will in the world. But that probably had some effect on some mundane, little itty-bitty decision that you had, like, a couple of years ago as well. Just for, like, no reason. And that's the thing. Free will does not exist. I'm sorry, Christians, but I'm going to talk about the Big Bang.
Oh, God.
No,
it's bad when you start a sentence with "I'm sorry, Christians," but
looking at like every little bit of physics, and that's what I realized after taking like a bunch of chemistry classes, a bunch of physics classes, even biology classes. I was like, wow, everything has like a reason down to like its like base level kinematics, and that was the igniting point of everything happening ever. That's all that it took for the rest of the universe to be made, and every moment, every instant, and everything that happened in each of those instants since then to happen. Because even if you think of like, oh, what about humans? We decide and do things on our own accord. If you think about it, and it's kind of really almost like sad to think about, every thought you form, every memory you have, every time you've decided to do something, it is chemicals going back and forth in your brain.
Yeah.
Well, how do those chemicals get there? Oh, well, you know that you were born. Well, how would you get born? By a bunch of chemical reactions that have been happening for billions of years. Well, how did the first chemical reactions happen?
How you get born? Have you not had the talk yet?
My parents actually never gave me the talk.
That's hilarious. And you know what? Mine neither.
Nice! No talking!
Woo! Anyways, continue about the universe.
But if there was some omniscient observer of everything ever throughout all time, technically they would be able to predict everything that is going to happen to a T based on how every last individual molecule of oxygen is moving, of how every last bit of anything is going about the way it's going. Theoretically. You may go now.
Anything that's happened to you, anything that you've done, I can almost guarantee you 9 times out of 10, someone in the world has also done it.
Your mother.
Fuck, okay, that's the 1 out of 10.
How are you here? Wait, what?
Were you not told?
I missed that day.
That's going on your attendance, young man. Yeah, this has been interesting.
I disagree. And that's okay, because when someone disagrees with you, you have to be able to suck it up and say,
Shut
that's
the
okay!
fuck up. What do you think of the likelihood of remaining friends with your friends in the future?
It really depends on circumstance. Because when I graduated high school, like, yeah, a lot of people from high school, like, I don't really talk to them much anymore, and I used to be, like, stupid close with them. But I'm not anymore. Just because of context circumstance. I graduated. That was a circumstance that was applied to me. But, like, with things like you. People like you.
Things like you. With things that smell of you.
I'd say that this is a little bit different. Because, first of all, we've known each other for, like, probably, like, this is going on, like, almost 8 years now. This is going on for probably about 8 years now. Despite we both graduated and we are not going to the same university, and we probably will not in the future at all.
We somehow managed to talk to each other still.
This is retained. So even though, like, circumstance will tear people apart, whether they like it or not, and it's really sad that way, like, there is always exceptions. There's always exceptions. So the likelihood of us staying friends, like, I'd say I'm pretty fucking confident. Yeah, probably. Like, even if, like,
well, this is awkward.
You forgot the part where you don't have a goddamn choice. But, like, yeah, you're who I call to play games with, because, like, even though you're bad at Overwatch and you're bad at Dead by Daylight, probably the worst I've personally seen, you know, it's still good to...
Okay, this is the circumstance of which that happens when we are not friends anymore. We found it. There's the exception. Oh,
guys, there it is.
Woo! Still, we've got the Dobros, and maybe this channel will slowly become more and more inactive because we're all doing things. But it's like I feel like we're always.
Yeah, we're gonna lose people. Just like straight up, whether it's like death or just like not talking anymore. Like we're like no one's gonna be here forever.
Imagine this is someone's first video they're watching.
Oh, you're full of shit.
Monkey shit.
Whoa. Monkey shit.
Mm-hmm. Things are heating up in here.
It's about to get a lot hotter. I accidentally pressed the show dirt button and like my eyes have never seen it. Wait, ready, Beck, it's gonna be really funny. Blah!
This is stupid.
Everything I do is always politically correct. The slaves don't count.
Okay.
That was a joke, everyone.
That was that was a joke.
Did you make a penis over here? I didn't realize. We've really cleaned this place up, haven't we?
We have. I don't know who asked, or who wants it, or...
Hey, we're getting paid money. That's all that matters.
You know what? That's fair.
Money. Money's the only thing that matters in this world.
I feel like the world has come to a point where if you don't have money, you don't sustain anything you need to be happy. So when people are like, money doesn't buy happiness, it's like, but we're at a point where if you don't have money,
Somehow it's easier to cry in a Bugatti than it is on a bicycle.
Exactly.
Oh, is it being happy? Oh, how do you get happy? Oh, because you get the things you want? Oh, how do you get the things you want? Oh, because you buy them? Fantastic.
How do you provide for people you care about? Oh, with money. Like, sure, I can hang out with people and not spend a cent. If you biked, what did you use to get that bike?
Where'd you get the food?
How do you sustain said gardens? How do you get the food?
Literally having, like, your life depend on, like, all of us are not equal.
How is there still dirt everywhere? How long is this video so far? Man, our energy has just tanked since the beginning of this. Me and Sid, we did our Valentine's Day yesterday.
Like, it's good to keep, like, take photos and things like that. Is it actually something that's worth it?
Oh, I just received a text. Please, please answer. This is urgent. Oh, now I'm being called. Okay, one sec. Callum, Sid got accepted to the
university name.
What?
Yeah, she got in.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is
so
cool.
Chill. That's yes. I can't be loud right now, but like, yay. It's very chill. A little chilly.
Where is this last shit?
Oh, there's some right here. I see.
There's some on this, like, wood rope stuff, too, seriously. Gateway wall, apparently.
Who are you?
I don't know anymore. How is it not done yet?
What the fuck is happening? Oh, just tell me how.
How is this thing not clean?
Yard arrows, what even is that? I had balls.
Oh, golf ball.
Spraying your asshole as we speak.
Yes! Oh my god! I got an achievement.
Okay, I'm hungry.
I am also hungry.
So I'm gonna go.
Any closing thoughts?
Oh my god. Don't be racist. Don't be homophobic and don't be sexist.
I disagree.
Goodbye.